everyone, welcome back to Yarn by the Glass. My name is Reese, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to knit up this seed stitch hat. So for this hat we're just going to do a little brim here, and then it's going to work up basically just seed stitch, and then I'll show you guys how to do the crown, which is going to have this X pattern to it. I'll show you guys how to do that. So let's get into what we're going to need to make this hat. All right, so once you have found you want to make sure that we have enough of it for our cast on. And so I'm just going to set a bunch off to the side here. All right, so once you have found the end of your yarn, we want to make sure that we have enough of a tail end for our cast on. And so I'm just going to set a bunch off to the side here. And then I'm going to make a slip knot. Bring in our first needle. All right, and then we're going to put 20 stitches on each one of our 4 needles. All right. All right. There's my 20 on each needle, and then what I do is I like to lay it all out so that I can make sure that none of my stitches are all twisted. Everything is facing inward in the same direction so that there's no crossover thing happening as we go on. So now we're going to take our 5th needle, and we're going to start with the ribbing part of our hat. And so going all the way back to the first stitch in the first needle, I'm going to start with a knit stitch. Oh, that was tight. Okay. And then I'm going to want to make sure that this very first stitch is tight. So that there isn't a gap happening. All right, and then I'm going to do another knit. I'm going to bring my yarn to the front, and I'm going to do 2 purls. Bring it to the back, 2 more knits, and that is the ribbing. Bring it to the front, 2 more purls. So it's going to be 2 purls, 2 knits across each one of your needles for every single row. And we're going to do this for 8 rows. All right, those are 2 very easy stitches. Once you get going, you'll have your ribbing done. Once your ribbing is done, we're going to move on to the seed stitch part of our hat. All right, so once we have our 8 rows of the ribbing, we're going to move on to the fun part of the hat, the seed stitch. All right. So for the rest of the hats, we are going to be going in knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl pattern. Okay, so not the knit, knit, purl, purl. Just going to do one of each the whole way around. So knit, purl, knit. Ooh, that got weird. Knit, purl. So the pattern is going to look a little wonky in the very beginning, only because we have the 2x2 ribbing going on right now. So you're not going to see the seed stitch in this row. But as you keep going, it'll be more apparent. So you're just going to do 30 rows of this, all right? So your hat should be from the top of the ribbing on about 5.5 inches. So we're gonna have to do 33 rows of this, all right? So that by the time you're done, your hat from the bottom up should be about 7.5 inches. And once you get to your second row, we are just going to switch up the knits and the purls. So we're going to do purl, knit, purl, knit. So all of your odd rows are going to start with a knit stitch, and all of your even rows are going to start with a purl stitch. All right, so once your hat is the appropriate size, we are going to start doing our decreases, and our decreases are going to happen here on the ends of our needles. All right, so still working in the seed stitch pattern, we are going to either knit 2 together or purl 2 together. So this one is going to start with the knit. Let's go down. So I'm going to bring these two, like put my needle through these 2 stitches here. I'm going to knit. All the way until there's 2 left. And then, losing it, going to purl 2 together, move on to the next one, and then the same thing. So we're going to knit 2 together, and then purl. Knit, just like usual, until we get to the last 2, and then we're going to purl those 2 together. All right, so we're just going to keep going with the knit 2, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit till the end, where we are going to purl 2 together for each knitting needle. And we're also going to keep going. So it's going to be that for the entire rest of this hat. So you don't need to worry about switching back and forth between, you know, odd and even rows. It's all going to be the same, because with each new row, we are decreasing one of the stitches on either side. So it works out that you're always going to do the knit 2, purl 1, knit 1, etc., all the way to the end where you purl 2 together. All right, so we're going to keep going until there are 8 stitches left, and then I'm going to show you guys how to just finish the hat up. Yeah. All right, so here we are at the end. We only have the 8 stitches. I've just moved it onto 3 needles instead of the 4 because it was easier to work with everything that way. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to cut the yarn there. I'm going to grab my tapestry needle, stick that on there, and then I'm going to go through the remaining loops and take them right off of the knitting needle. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it inside out, and I'm going to, I'm going to put the needle and the yarn through the center and out the other side, and then I'm going to pull it tight. Make a knot, and then from there I'm just going to start weaving in my ends. Well, that does it for today. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you guys get to enjoy your seed stitch hats. If you like these kinds of projects, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more ideas. I do try to post content about once a week. You can also follow me on social media for quick links, upcoming videos, and so on. So I'll see you next time.